Hey there guitar players, in this video I want to talk to you about the secrets of playing professional level modern rock guitar solos, okay? First things first, let's address the point of why this is a secret. We live in the age of information. You have millions of YouTube videos, you have millions of online courses, you have all the information that you could ever possibly need available to you right now. So how is all of this stuff a secret? It's been documented. The reason it's a secret is because of that exact thing I've just talked about. There is so much stuff, you basically have overwhelm. You just don't know where to start. So if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place, because I'm going to try and help you out as much as I can in this particular video. So when you're looking to play high-level guitar solos, okay, what you need to do first and foremost, you're probably playing over some kind of backing track, okay? So I've set up a backing track here that's on my computer. I'm just going to press play so that we can have a listen to it, okay? Now this particular backing track is based on a riff in A minor, and it's got a keyboard part where you've got the chords that go A minor 7 to an A minor 11. Just A minor 7 again, back to A minor 11. And then you've got this riff in the background. And basically that is just some notes that are relative to an A minor 7. I've got a root, flat 7, minor 3rd. Okay, so when I'm looking at that, this is the same process that you need to take with any backing that you're looking at. Is you want to go, what are the chords in it? And then what are the applicable soloing tools that I can play or use over that chord? I have so many people that I teach or work with all the time that will say, I don't know what to play. Well, it's like, well, you don't know what the tools are at that point. So what that's telling me is I can use A minor pentatonic, or probably something like the Dorian mode. There are other options that you could use, but actually, to be fair, over a track like that, there is a tricky note in the modal scale, which is the 6th. The F in an Aeolian mode or an F sharp in the Dorian mode. So quite often what you'd probably do is look to avoid that note, which you can do by playing a hexatonic scale. A hexatonic scale is like your minor pentatonic, but you're going to add a major second. So in this case it would be A, B, C, D, E, G, so we've got no F type, and then we've got A, B, C, D, E, G, A, B, C. Okay? So that's the note choices that we're going to look for. Minor pentatonic, maybe you could still use your Dorian mode on a track like this actually, and use your 6th as a passing tone, just not use it as a note of rest, so to speak. But what I've now done, I've looked at my backing and I've ascertained what I'm going to use over it. Now that I know what I can actually use it in terms of theory, I want to be able to see that all over the guitar neck, okay? So I'm going to put the backing track back on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on a low position of the guitar neck, and first things first, I need to locate the root notes, the key notes that I want to be playing. So in this position, here's an A, here's another, here's another. That tells me that I'm in shape 5 of something that we call the caged system. So now I can insert into that the minor pentatonic scale. Or I can insert that Dorian mode if I want to play that. And then in the next position, I'd find my A root notes. Then I'd play my pentatonic scale, and then my Dorian mode. Next position, A root notes, minor pentatonic scale, and my Dorian mode. Again, I'd move up another position. Where are my A root notes? Where's the pentatonic scale? And where's the Dorian mode? Next position, A root note. Pentatonic scale. Dorian mode. And then the final position is the octave of the shape that we're in. So now what I've done, I've just mapped up and down the fretboard the devices that I want to use for making my solos, okay? Now, depending on what you want to play, you may also want to format your scales slightly differently. If you're a particularly shred or modern rock orientated player, I've just been playing all caged positions of the scales. That's because I think that the caged system is a particularly useful way of seeing chord forms, pentatonic scales, intervals relative to what I'm playing. So if I look at what chord I would be playing over here, if I've got an A minor type triad, or if I play an A minor 7 chord voicing, around that A minor 7 chord voicing, when I'm playing the actual scale shape, I can actually see that this shape starts on that major 6, then I've got a flat 7, it's the root, second, I've got my minor 3rd, perfect 4th, 5th, back to my major 6. And you can do all of that in any position that you're playing the scale. So you build the chord shape, and then you can just see not only the scale shape, but you can also see the actual intervals around it. That's one of the best things about your caged system, is the way of being able to see the guitar neck. There is another system that is equally useful for various other things, which is your 3 notes per string. Now 3 notes per string is really, really useful for playing fast runs. So if I start on my A root note and play 3 notes per string, I'll have a shape that looks like this. Now, 3 notes per string, as I said, that's really useful for playing patterns and runs that come out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what a good rock guitar player will do is they will use things like the pentatonic shapes and the caged system for your phrasing. And then the 3 notes per string for runs. So phrasing around cage, and then runs in 3 notes per string. Okay. Now, on top of this, fretboard knowledge stuff and what have you. So you've understood that if you've got to this point, you can understand the fretboard and you can see it the right way. The next thing that a lot of people are overlooking is working on the technique. So as I'm doing stuff like this, unfortunately guys, that stuff just doesn't happen. You don't go from learning some scale shapes to being able to start doing stuff like that. What you need to do is go through a program of legato playing or alternate picking or sweep picking for your arpeggios and things like that. You need to work through a structured method that actually gets you to a point where you've got that technique down. Then finally, once you've got that technique down, what you want to do is turn your fretboard knowledge and your technique into a working musical vocabulary that you can use all over the guitar. Because what that then means is that over a track that you're playing on, something like this, you can be in any one position and go, I've got vocabulary of licks or runs. And you can play arpeggio-based ideas. You can play string skips and tapping ideas. Whatever it is that you want to do. I missed the string. I want to do that again. You can play ideas that move along the length of a string. whatever. Like, once you've got the fretboard knowledge down and the technique down, you can start turning it into the vocabulary that you want to be able to play. And it doesn't matter if you want to play like Malmsteen or if you want to play like, I don't know, Jimmy Page or whatever. When you look at Jimmy Page's Stairway to Heaven solo, you can see a whole bunch of licks that you can go, oh, right, there's some stuff that he played in shape 1, there's some things he played in shape 2, there's things he played in shape 4 that goes into shape 5. It's all basically, even if the player says they don't know that stuff, David Gilmour is quite famous for saying he doesn't really know what he's doing, doesn't understand it all. But if you transcribe it, you can see the moving between the shapes and what they're doing. It's all there. So, as someone who is struggling with this, if you get yourself to that position where you go, right, I've now learnt the fretboard, I understand where everything is, I've got technique so I can execute any ideas that I want, and now I'm turning that into musical vocabulary so I can go and improvise, write music, play other people's solos. It's easier to look at tabs and understand them and break them down if you know all of that other stuff. And then basically you've cracked the code, for want of a better term. So at this point, if you have enjoyed the video but are looking for more answers, because obviously this is an in-depth subject, just check out the links in the description or go to the link in my bio. There are absolutely tons of resources over at my site, which is called Cutting Edge Guitar. You can check out the various areas of that you might think will help you out. There are some free resources, there are some paid products, or there's even access to time with me if that is something that you feel like you'd be interested in. So go and check all of that out. Do give the video a like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video sometime soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.